Hello and welcome to a very special international edition of the E-Block. We are here on location in jolly old London. Behind me is the famous London Bridge. So why is the E-Block in London? Well, because we're in London. So we're just bringing you the E-Block from London. Over the next couple of minutes, we hope to show you some of the hot spots to see all around the city of London. But first, speaking of hot, here are some of the hot things that are going on at the box office this weekend. Now first, the always hot Clint Eastwood as director. He's back and brings with him the hotness of Matt Damon playing a, what else, hot psychic in Hereafter. Now there is an actual storyline, and according to critics, it is good. And of course hot. Now next, not hot, just really scary. Just when you finally started sleeping through the night again, Paranormal Activity 2 finally hits theaters this weekend. Now this one picks up with a family thinking they're experiencing a series of break-ins. Turns out what's actually happening is far, far more frightening. Alrighty then, we have moved on to another location in London for the E-Block. Now this one behind me is the Tower of London. It is over 900 years old and now houses some of London's crown jewels of the royal family. Speaking of crown jewels, it could be the one this year at the Oscars. A lot of buzz behind this one at all the festivals. This week's first look is Black Swan. Check it out.
How do you know where I live? I have my ways. She's after me.
Nobody's after you.
Please believe me.
Sweet girl. Sweet girl. What happened to my sweet girl? She's gone!
Okay, now we're outside of the infamous London Dungeon, where you can kind of explore the darker side of the city's history, including Jack the Ripper. But let's play 6 degrees of separation for a moment. Okay, we're in London. Sherlock Holmes takes place in London. Robert Downey Jr. played Sherlock Holmes and was in London for the filming. And now, speaking of Robert Downey Jr., word is he is going to be playing the wizard in the prequel to The Wizard of Oz. Now, director Sam Raimi of the Spider-Man franchise has officially been given the reins to direct the prequel titled Oz the Great and Powerful that tells the story of how the Wizard of Oz came to be the Wizard of Oz. Now, one of the big reasons Raimi took the job was to be able to work with Downey. Now, we've always said here at the E-Block that we would like politics more if it were mixed with pop culture. And next week, we finally get our wish. President Obama will appear on The Daily Show with Jon Stewart on October 27th. He's the first sitting president to appear on the show. Now, the visit comes just 3 days before Stewart's rally to restore sanity, which President Obama endorsed earlier on this month. So the only video games I play are, okay, maybe Super Mario Brothers or Wii Bowling, but I may try my hand at Red Dead Redemption, if only for the fact that zombies are coming to the Wild West. Now, the game's publisher, Rockstar Games, is releasing Undead Nightmare on Tuesday. It's a downloadable add-on that will cost you about $10 on Xbox Live and the PlayStation Network. To battle the hordes of the Wild West undead, you get some new weapons to put them back in the grave. Now, other big games out next week: Vanquish, which is a sci-fi shooter, Fable 3, and Star Wars The Force Unleashed 2, which you can find out more about rewatching last week's E-Block, and of course, Rock Band 3. Now, one artist you won't be rocking out to in Rock Band 3 is Taylor Swift, but you will be seeing plenty of her in the next few days. Taylor Swift's next CD comes out this week. It's called Speak Now, and according to some music reviewers who got a sneak peek, this one's all about the famous exes. Now, as expected, there are a few songs on the album about Taylor Lautner and Joe Jonas, but there's also one called Dear John that's reportedly about John Mayer. And it's not the friendliest song. Speak Now is in stores on Monday. All right, well, that is going to do it from this special international edition of the E-Block coming at you from London. It is time for us now to go get a pint and some fish and chips, and fingers crossed they let us back into the country so we can continue to do more E-Blocks for you. And don't forget, if you can see it, hear it, or play it, you're going to find it right here in the E-Block. Cheerio!